Meanwhile, at a long-term care facility with residents who signed up for a teaching session. The class is about to start and the patients are given a pamphlet on how to manage their diabetes.
Hello everybody, my name is Ryan.
My name is Mary.
And my name is Gabe.
In today's class, we're going to teach you diabetes management. The purpose of today's class is to educate you on your disease so you understand how to manage and monitor your blood sugar. Our goal is at the end of today's class, by 15 minutes, you will understand your disease, type 2 diabetes, and how to manage it at home.
So our 5 objectives today is that you'll be able to explain the mechanism of type 2 diabetes. You'll be able to identify at least 3 signs and symptoms of both high and low blood sugar. You're also going to perform a return demonstration to us showing that you know how to use the glucometer properly. And then we're going to be seeing if you understand how to interpret your results from the glucometer and being able to list 3 lifestyle modifications, not just being able to take your glucose measurements, but what else you can do in your life to manage your diabetes, okay?
And at the end of the session, we'll have a quick quiz to make sure you all feel 100% about the contents of the course. Now that we've talked about our plan, we want to make sure we know what your goals are. What would you like to get out of today?
I would like to know how to manage my blood sugar properly.
Oh, I think I do too.
Yeah, me too.
We're also not going to be touching on how to use insulin and inject insulin for this class. That'll be our next module, but we want to keep things nice and short today. So we're just going to focus on the glucometer. But before we begin, does anyone want to tell me what their preferred learning style is? Do you prefer reading? Do you prefer having visuals, or us telling you what to do, or using the materials themselves? Yeah?
My preferred learning style would be reading.
Okay, and for you?
Yes, I prefer learning by hands-on experience.
Okay, and yourself?
I think I like a mix of both, hands-on and reading.
Okay, that's great. We'll have a mix of both, but feel free to spend more time in whatever you guys feel comfortable with, okay?
All right, so let's review a little bit about type 2 diabetes. So basically, type 2 diabetes is when the insulin that is made from our pancreas is not being used properly, or when there's not enough insulin being made. Now, knowing that, why do you think insulin is important?
I know.
It
Yes.
is something to do with blood sugar, right?
Yes, exactly. So insulin is needed to provide your cells energy, right? So insulin will carry that sugar into your cells so that your cells will use that sugar for energy. Now, can anyone tell me what are some of the signs that you have low blood sugar? Yes, go ahead.
When my sugars are low, I notice I get weak and shaky.
So yeah, that's correct. So weakness and shakiness are signs of low blood sugar. Anybody else can tell me?
No.
So nobody? So some other important signs to look out for is dizziness, sweating, feeling you're a little tired or hungry, and feeling like your heart is pounding.
Now, let's review signs of high blood sugar. Does anyone want to share any of these? Yes.
My doctor told me to watch out for a sweet smelling breath and belly pain, but I've never experienced these before.
Wonderful. And you are absolutely right. You may experience fruity smelling breath and belly pain. Along with that, you should watch out for feelings of confusion.
Oh my God!
Flushed and or dry skin, and nausea and vomiting.
Oh, hell no.
So, if you notice any signs or symptoms of low or high blood pressures, you need to check your blood sugars immediately. The normal range for blood sugars is 4 to 7. I'm going to repeat this, 4 to 7.
Okay, so now that we've covered what low and high blood sugar looks like, we're gonna start with the glucometer. So can anyone tell me who here is familiar with using the Novastat glucometer? Have you ever used it at all? Yeah? Okay, great. So before we continue, we're just gonna go through a quick demonstration, talk through all the parts, and then we'll go from there. so there are 5 simple steps to using the glucometer. You guys might have different ones than the ones that we'll be practicing on today, but the 5 steps remain the same no matter what. You just make sure that you read your specific instructions for whatever device that you have, okay? So the first step is always to grab the little stick, the glucometer stick, and we're gonna take it from there and insert it into the device, okay? Then the next step is to clean your finger. Wherever you're going to prick yourself, you want to make sure that it's clean so we're not introducing any bacteria into your blood, okay? Next, we're going to be taking the lancet, or the little needle. For us, it looks like this, but for you, it might be inside of a pen, and it might look different and disposable each time. So if you brought it today, we can go over it one-on-one, but for now, we're going to be using the lancets. And you're just gonna prick your finger right on the side of your finger, not on the very front of it. Otherwise, you're constantly gonna be touching things and introducing bacteria, right? And then after you've pricked your finger, you're gonna wipe away that first drop of blood. Then you're gonna use the second drop and apply it to the glucometer, just like that. Once you get your reading, then we're gonna record it and we're gonna do whatever comes next. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go through the one-on-one and you guys can get some hands-on experience.
Okay, so I want to scan this,
Yep.
right? Just like that.
That's exactly right.
And then accept.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And I'll put it in.
And then
Do you remember which side?
I think the gold side
That's right,
goes
yeah.
in.
Great job. Perfect.
That.
Yeah, you do it so well.
Alright, so now that you got the strip in, what's the next step?
I'm gonna choose a finger and then clean it with alcohol.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll just choose the one on the side.
Just on the side? Okay, yep, that's exactly right.
So now that you cleaned your finger and let it dry, what's the next step?
So I have the lancet here. So I'm gonna open it up. I've chosen the finger I'm gonna do, and on the side.
Yes.
So let's get ready here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. That one hurts. I'm gonna wipe off the first drop of blood because I don't want the germs to go in here.
Excellent.
Okay, it looks like everyone was able to get an accurate glucose reading. If you guys forget the steps, remember that it's the middle part of your pamphlet, which you guys get to take home. So if ever you forget, you have it right there for you, okay? So now that you have your readings, can anyone remind me, what did Ryan say is our goal for our blood readings?
He said 4 to 7.
That's right, perfect. And can you tell me what was the action if our blood reading is above 7?
You want to get some insulin.
Insulin, that's right, perfect. And then how about you? Can you tell me what happens if it's below 4?
Drink 2 cups of juice.
Yes, that's right. Perfect. So just remember 4 to 7, that's on golden numbers. And even if you have a good reading, make sure to take your other medications so that it stays good. Sound good? All right.
All right, thanks, Mary. So now moving on to our next topic, we'll be going over some lifestyle modifications. Now, can each of you tell me something you had to modify in your life to manage your disease? Yes.
I quit smoking. I've been 2 months clean now.
Oh, that's great. Good job. Anybody else?
Yes, I walk about 30 minutes each day, and I also get a well-rested sleep.
That's good. Walking is very good. How about you?
I'm also taking metformin with my meals, and I'm also eating a lot healthier.
That's good to hear. Everything that you guys said is all good news. Lifestyle modifications are a very important part in managing your diabetes. And you've all touched upon modifications that will help prevent complications to those with diabetes, right? And so just to summarize, it's really beneficial to eat a healthier diet, living a healthier lifestyle, such as going for walks and having, some good sleep, good quality sleep for sure. And, if it's applicable to you, quitting smoking will really benefit you in minimizing any complications from having diabetes.
Class, this is exactly why managing your diabetes is important to your health. Things like coming to this class, important to your health. So make sure to stay on top of the disease, or the disease will stay on top of you.
Alright, so on that dramatic note, I'll take your pamphlets and we're going to do a quick quiz just to see if you guys have a good understanding of what we've covered today. But before we start, do you guys have any questions? Is there anything you want to clarify before we start? No, we're good. Okay, sounds good. Whenever you're done, just put up your hand and I'll grab one from you.
Thank you.
There you go.
What kind of place is this?
In the end, if you couldn't already tell, the students achieved successfully the 5 learning objectives and received 100% on the quiz.